Good morning, Wonderbounders. It's so early right now. We didn't get in until
2.
Yeah, 2. By the time we converted the car for sleeping, it was like 2:30. And then by the time we actually like fell asleep, it was probably 3. And then Reba decided she wanted to turn around, but couldn't figure out how to at like 6 a.m. this morning. And so we're awake. We are about to go. We're in Cumberland, Kentucky right now. We didn't quite get to Daniel Boone National Forest, which was where we were supposed to camp last night, but after dinner and taking our time at Natural Bridge so Bailey could actually enjoy it, we got about an hour from probably like 40 minutes from where we wanted to camp last night, and ended up at just a truck stop and just pulled up. There's a whole row of stealth campers around us last night, and you can tell because there's like little drain pipes coming out of the bottom of their vans. So we are up, we are tired, we are going to go to a little place called King Donut. So local coffee shops are wanting. It's either we got to drive a super way out of our distance to get one, or out of our way to get to one, or they don't open until 8 or 10 o'clock in the morning, none of which work because we got another 5 hours of driving today. And we're going to Mammoth Cave National Park. So we are going to go get donuts and coffee, and then go see a waterfall that Holly found last night before we fell asleep, and then make our way to the national park. Anything funny because the camera is on.
Ernie's Spirits. I always think it's weird when states have their alcohol in not an ABC store.
Yeah.
Like North Carolina doesn't have ABC stores. They have like liquor stores like that. But I'm so used to Virginia where we have just an ABC store.
If it's Ernie's Liquor, do you think it's Bert's Tobacco?
Oh my god, there's a missed opportunity. Ernie's Spirits and Bert's Tobacco.
Bert and Ernie's.
They could make some money and get some copyright infringement.
Yeah, get the suit out of them by Sesame Street and the Jim Henson Company. As always, make sure to like the video to show us some support, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos. Where?
Right there.
Oh, that's a pretty hospital.
Maybe that's the church.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Might have been up the hill somewhere.
I'm pretty sure that's a church.
That's Grace on the Hill Church. But there's a hospital right there too. There was a sign, and then there was the church. So it must have been behind the church. It was Grace Baptist Hospital, or something like that. Grace, sunshine.
That visor's gotta go down. You may be too short for it, but I am not.
It does absolutely nothing for me.
And then we like turn just enough that the sun's coming through the roof, like around the mirror. Oh god.
Oh goodness.
Hey, at least this is the only time we're driving west today. East today.
The things we do for donuts.
I get more for coffee this morning.
Hopefully they have good coffee. I'll be so disappointed.
So we just drove like 10-15 minutes to the donut place, and this thing is not phased at all. Meanwhile, this thing is just like, what's going on? I can only see out the back window.
Good timing, Reba. She like readjusted herself. Donuts?
Donuts. It's because this is definitely like they grind their own sausage.
Is it?
Yeah, there's like pepper in it.
Nice. It was a cute little shop. I liked it.
So this is not a donut. I inhaled my jelly donut. I tasted it though. Not for long. I tasted it. They also did pigs in a blanket.
And breakfast sandwiches and croissants and stuff.
Yeah.
I think the coolest thing about them is they fill your jelly donut right then when you order it.
Yeah. That was cool. But yeah, so I wanted to try their pigs in a blanket, and it looks like they like make their own sausage. It's pretty delicious. Now that we've got some donuts, the kiddo is up, we've gotten her fed. We're gonna drive about 30 minutes down the road to our next stop, which is the waterfall that Holly found. We had actually intended to get more footage of King Donut and them making our donuts and everything, but uncaffeinated brains did not think to shoot B-roll of that early in the morning, and with as little sleep as we had. The other thing we didn't think to get footage of was the church as we drove past it. Holly and I are actually pretty big fans of architecture. Personally, we love historical architecture, but really any pretty architecture. So if you're curious on what that church looked like, it looked like this, and it was called Grace on the Hill Church in Corbin, Kentucky, if you ever want to drive past it yourself.
Falls area closes at 12 midnight.
Okay.
Over years.
Yeah. It's because we dropped into the gorge.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, I go in this way, I believe.
And it just says bus and RV, keep right.
Okay. Now I'm the one who gets to just look pretty and drink coffee.
Drink your coffee with your bendy straw. Oh, so fancy. So I'm caffeinated now, and we've made it to Cumberland Falls, and this is 68 foot tall, 125 foot wide waterfall. It's considered the Niagara of the South. At Cumberland Falls there is a rare moonbow, so when there's a full moon you can see a rainbow, and there's only 2 waterfalls in America that you can see that at. Waterfalls are my weakness. Chris knows that he can get me to go almost anywhere if there is a waterfall. So we're gonna go explore and take some pictures and see a waterfall this morning.
TLC can eat it.
I'm always gonna go chasing waterfalls. I will not listen to the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to.
Because that's not what that song's about.
I know it's not.
Also, the child's awake.
Say hi.
She's grumpy.
No, you don't want to say hi? All right, Groucho Marx, let's go.
There have been multiple attempts in the history of the falls to develop a hydroelectric power station. In the late 1920s, the Cumberland Falls Preservation Association was formed to prevent this from ever happening.
Preservation of the falls is super important because due to light pollution, Cumberland Falls is now the only waterfall in North America where it's known that moonbows can be viewed regularly.
Mommy loves waterfalls.
Come on, Bailey.
Whoa. So pretty.
Lucky for us, last night there was a storm front that moved through and dropped a ton of rain, so the falls are really, really full this morning.
I see more there down there.
That's how we get to the bottom.
I'm scared. Mom, I think so. Mommy, I see a rainbow.
You see a rainbow? I mean, that is something that can happen here. I didn't think it was sunny enough for that. I don't see it. Oh, okay.
Cloud.
Kind of. Keep going.
So we're going down more stairs and more.
Careful, it's wet right here.
And more stairs. And it's even moving. Don't go right there, Mommy. It's gonna break us. And that's the waterfall. Oh, we have to get closer to the bottom. Whoa, this is so cool, Mommy. And there's a deck. There is the water. Okay,
we were able to see the rainbow because of how high the water was and how early it was in the morning.
And if you look closely at center frame on Bailey's shot here, you can see the rainbow just across the trees.
It's so pretty.
All right, that was the waterfall. That was kind of cool. We did not expect to see the rainbow. So nice surprise, especially because it's so cold out right now.
Yeah.
So we are heading back to the car, and then we're gonna get back on the road, and our next stop is gonna be Mammoth Cave National Park. There's people at the front taking pictures of the side.
I love you, kiddo.
All right, we are at Mammoth Cave. I dropped Holly and Bailey off at the visitor center because I had the park way out in the picnic area. This place is packed, and I should have known better because it's a national park on spring break, but you know what? That's okay. We're gonna have a fun time.
Really deep under. But why is this way?
Dead exiting.
That's what I know. I think it's weird.
So you don't have the spores on your feet right now. You'll pick them up. The spores in particular I'm talking about are the spores that cause white nose syndrome. It's a pretty bad disease that's killing off the bat populations in the Appalachian Mountains. It's actually the reason why most wild caves in Virginia are closed to the public. Mammoth Cave also carries those spores, and so they had washing stations outside, so when we exited the cave we had to rinse our feet off. Yeah. Do you want it? Okay.
We're in the cave now.
Oh, hey.
In a cave.
There you go.
I'm gonna find bats real soon, I think. Because I've never been here. But I think they have.
Why don't you talk in your normal voice?
I think they've been here, but I haven't.
No, you've never been here.
And I'm gonna see because I've never been cold.
slowly deepens and widens through erosion, the passageways will continue to shorten as more collapse occurs. There's no need to worry though, it'll likely take thousands of years until the next breakdown. I mean, it's cool. There's cool stuff.
Yeah.
I immediately wanted to mess with you.
All right, we are done at Mammoth Cave.
That's how Reba feels about it.
Yeah, I will say it is probably not my favorite national park. It's pretty commercialized compared to some of the other parks that we've been to, like Joshua Tree and Great Falls. It's the first time ever being to one where the visitor center has a Starbucks in it, and the state's tourism department is like advertising other stuff. It was really crowded. We found out that all the guided tours were sold out. We got here at like noon, and all the guided tours were sold out, and the guided tours are the only way to see certain parts of the cave. They turn the lights off in them and they block the paths. I've never been in a park where there is such a ranger presence, or where all the rangers you come in contact with just seem like they've had their soul sucked out of them. They just, like, it's obvious, like they just are tired of the tourist, and there's only so much you could do about that. It was just a little disappointing. The cave itself was cool. It was pretty. There was a lot of pretty stuff in there. But it's, you know, the walking path, it was like only a quarter of a mile, I'd say. And
there's 200 miles of cave.
Right. And of course there's reasons for that. You know, like some parts are going to be pretty dangerous. Like, I mean, we've gone into caves in Virginia, wild caves in Virginia, and it can get pretty dangerous pretty quickly. But yeah, it was fun. It was nice to see it. Bailey enjoyed it. Bailey loved it. She is already asleep.
She needed a nap.
She said she wasn't gonna nap because she doesn't nap anymore. But she enjoyed it. She got her Junior Ranger badge. We got our passport stamped. We did the self-guided tour. The other disappointing thing is we've got the public access pass, which does not work at Mammoth Cave. You still have to pay for even the self-guided tour, which costs just as much as the guided tours, and only the senior citizen and disability or public access passes give you a discount. It doesn't even like make it free. It's a 50% discount,
and it's only on one ticket.
So, you know, if you paid the $80 for your pass, or you got the veterans pass, or you got the Gold Star family member pass, yeah, it doesn't do anything for this park. And there's a lot of crowds, a lot of lines, so it was a little sad. Not that we didn't enjoy it, it was just not what we're used to for national park. We'd probably have more fun going to a show cave back home, especially because that's, once you get in the cave, that's all it is. It's just a really big show cave. But other than that, yeah, it was sad, but it was fun. So, you know, there are good parts and bad parts, but we're gonna hit the road now. We're gonna go find ourselves some ice cream, because
we deserve it.
Yeah, and I've been craving ice cream since yesterday. And then we'll finish our way to Shawnee, probably get some dinner somewhere, and set up camp and be ready for the eclipse tomorrow.
and we are just driving, minding our own business, and this white SUV comes up next to us, and this guy has his eclipse glasses. He's got hanging out of his window, his rolled down window, and he's got his eclipse glasses, and he's just like mouth open, hollering at us as they drive by. And then they drive past us, and we realize they're from North Carolina. So we got to see another almost local from our area driving their way to Paducah for what we can only assume is to watch the eclipse. It was super cool, and we really needed that spirit lift of somebody else having a really great time going to see the eclipse like us.
Yeah, it's just great because we're about 40 minutes from Paducah right now, and for those of you who don't really know geography, Paducah is right up on the Mississippi River. It's pretty close to where the Ohio River dumps into the Mississippi River. So we are nowhere near North Carolina. We are nowhere near Virginia. And so just one of the things that we do when we're on the road is we notice the license plates of where we're at. And we've really only seen Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, and a couple of Illinois license plates for the last day or so, day and a half. Pretty much since we left Virginia. And so just seeing someone from North Carolina is pretty awesome, and they knew exactly what we were doing because we're probably the only Virginia license plate they've seen for an entire day. It was fantastic.
It was awesome. I hope we run into them again.
Yes.
Building.
Yeah. Well, we got a bunch of them coming up here.
Holy shit, that's pretty.
The building that Holly just got excited about is this one right here, the old Irvin Cobb Hotel in downtown Paducah. It was originally built between 1927 and 1929 and cost about $400,000 back then. Adjusted for inflation today, that would be $7.1 million. The building now is been renovated and is a apartment complex. All right, so we're at our camp spot for the night, and we're getting ready to crash. But before we do, I just wanted to take a minute to show you how we sleep when we travel like this. So we kind of just fold down the seats in the back of the Fit and put our sleeping pads for backpacking there, and put some blankets down, and basically have a little, kind of short for me, but a full-size bed nonetheless. It gets a little cramped when Reba comes with us, but we just dogpile on top of each other. And then Bailey gets a little mattress up in the front seats, and she's watching a movie right now on my phone because we're getting ready to crash. But she just tucks herself in just like that and gets her own little bed, and she sleeps right up there. So we're gonna get some sleep, and tomorrow we'll wake up, we'll break down the car and go to where we plan to watch the eclipse, and hopefully we'll get some good pictures of it, and if not, we still are in the path of totality, and that's going to be something I haven't seen since I was a kid. I can't remember if you've seen it.
Never seen it.
And neither has Bailey, so it'll be a nice experience for us. But until then, good night, and we will see you tomorrow.